All right, fire signs, listen. It's been a minute, right? I posted a video yesterday explaining myself. Go watch it if you care. Oh, look at Prince of Wands. We hate to see it, but that's okay. Anyway, I've been stalling. I mean, I put it off for a week, and then I put it off a couple more days. And then just now I put it off for like hours. And the thing is, fire signs at first. And so I feel like it's you who hesitates. Fire? It is you who hesitates. Wow. Wow. Oh my God. Wow. Okay. Fire signs. Reeling it back in. Reeling it back in. Okay, I think I'm seeing the vision. I think that's good. I think that's good, y'all. I want to show you the bottom of the deck. I gotta make sure it's like the right card, you know. We're gonna stop. Fire signs. Okay, if there is a fucking earth sign in your life, get on with it. Jesus Christ. We'll talk about that in a minute. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really good. I was not feeling like doing these readings. I don't know why. Because every time I do it, I get super into it and I enjoy it. And I know I like it, and yet I put it off and I stall and I distract myself and I tell myself I'll do it soon. I'll do it at this time. I'll do it. Oh, I need this. I need that. Da, 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 da. So annoying. So annoying. Fire signs. What's going on, man? What's going on? Bottom of the deck. Six of Swords. You know how I just sat here and shuffled and I was like, it's got to be the right card. I saw this and I was like, that ain't it. And I pull it and it's the Queen of Discs. Here's the thing. On the floor over there is the Hierophant, which is Taurus. Okay, so that's like double earth weirdness. But I'm seeing a lot of cups in the reading, actually. So just some separate stuff going on. But I gotta move on with these cards. Damn. I'm gonna leave them as is for right now. Just not even gonna touch it. Let's see what's going on. Work life for fire signs. Coming out kicking and screaming. Gary's, he comes up a lot. He really does. Channel messages from Spirit for Aries came pretty quickly too. There's a lot coming out here, and I'm just going to have to reshuffle them anyway, because sometimes you can't get... I need to... Should be good. I don't really look at the bottom of this deck. Oh, fire signs, you owe me money. It's a joke with this card. The first time I heard it, my godmother, I guess. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. I have a godmother. She's one of my little spirit mamas. Okay. She was like, I have this deck, but I don't use it because you gotta pay her, right? So I kind of always joke with myself when I see her in my deck that you owe me money. I love that. Let's see. We're gonna start up top, obviously. That's what we always do. When I'm cleaning up a bit. Okay, fire signs. What is going on this time? Okay, so up top we have the Prince of Wands. When I went, too big a breath. When I went live last week or whatever, Prince of Wands, it was like a whole thing. We were doing divine feminine, divine masculine readings. It was really strange because I don't usually do that, but it just kind of happened, right? And I'm wondering if some of you are going through that, but here's the thing, not going through it well, because if the Prince of Wands is showing up, sure, it's wands, and you are fire, wands is fire, but, you know, if you were really going to show up as fire, then you should have come as the Knight of Wands, okay? We see the Prince of Wands, and we know something's up, something's wrong, something's off, right? He's immature, he's probably unstable. Whoever this Prince of Wands is, it's most likely you. Because it's still fire. Still presenting, right? I have some face down and in reverse cards. So I'm going to wait for those. And then I have these. And I feel like we got to read them this way. But yeah, we got little fuckboy bitch. Then we got 10 of Cups. Satiety. Okay. Looking good. Very positive. Everything that you could possibly want and more. Totally satisfied. Love that energy for you. Knight of Cups. Okay, so you may be a little emotionally vulnerable and not know how to react to it. But I will be damned if you're not also killing it with perspective, right? If you're not in the right mindset, if you don't have you got the attitude going for you. The nurturer. The father, right? The caretaker. Eight of Cups. Indolence. Okay. Maybe it's a little too much. You're like putting your all into this everything, whatever it is, and you're trying to be that person. You might be doing too much. You know, you're just doing it to excess. And like this is already overly satisfied, right? And this is now excessive. And right in between, hey, you don't want to be the Prince of Wands and you're the Prince of Cups and he's got problems too. Is he in a better position than that? Yeah, for sure. Don't you love to see it? But, oh dear. Could even be alcohol for some of you because it's cups, right? And this card to me is very much alcohol. Because cups, water, liquid, alcohol, excessive, right? And certain cards like the Nine of Swords is usually like a harder addiction. So, right. It's still my deck. I interpret them how I want. And that's just something that, you know. Knight of Swords. All right. So you started as the prince and you might still be the prince because this prince is dealing with his emotions, right? Well, that's the thing. He's not dealing with the emotions. But the Knight of Cups, he's, again, mentally solid. Mentally stable. Not emotionally stable, mentally stable. Knight of Swords, hardworking, driven, coming in to save the day, ripping through the fucking clouds and shit. Okay? He's like ready to go. Also a good sign. Maybe a little challenging, maybe a little bit of an aggressor. It's not necessarily a temper, but it could be. Okay? And here's the thing. If we are talking about alcohol, it might be that you get like that when you drink. Right? Prince of Discs. Okay, so we're talking emotionally not doing so good. Mentally doing very great. What would be the word for that? Maybe we'll even go spiritual for the swords. We'll say you're really like, you're getting through your shit. You're going in levels. You're going in very deep within and around. So we'll give you spiritual on that, but physically maybe not so hot. Okay, Prince of Discs. You got King, or King. But back to the princes. Okay, so it's like 50-50. Like half of your life or yourself is doing really good. The other half, not so much. Right? Not so much. I'm not saying to be incomplete necessarily. But if you were going to choose two of those four things, it's not a bad choice to choose mental health and spiritual wealth, right? Rather than this emotional stability and this financial security. Whereas if you had those things, they'd come as kings. Whereas these things came as kings instead. So it's not a bad, it's like 50-50, okay? Not bad though. Not bad. That's why this is not Seven of Discs failure. It's just the Prince of Discs. He's aware that he needs to put the work in. He's aware he needs to come in, right? He knows he's out in the fields working hard, right? So it's not devastating. It's not that your life's out of control. It's just like, no, bummer, I gotta work even harder. Okay, the Magician. Manifesting. As above, so below. Deciding how you can grow from here. Right? How do you grow from here? You might be doing a little too much in the wrong places. And you need to be putting that kind of effort into these right places. These little princes. This is where you need to work on your emotions and your money. Not your mindset and your beliefs, right? Nobody's asking you. You're doing a little too much with those things when you need to be working on other things. You're not focused right now on the right stuff. But what I'm seeing is that it might be because of someone else. So here's the crazy thing too. Fire and air are the masculine energies, okay? So this was crazy masculine, right? Crazy to see. You yourself may not be a masculine, but as a fire sign, it is a masculine sign, whereas earth and water are feminine signs, okay? So it's just so funny to see. And of course, same-sex couples exist, and you can have any kind of dynamic, right? It can be double femme, double masc, or, neither, right? Nobody's keeping track. What I'm saying is funny is that fire is masculine and you just got all knights and princes. And then I'm like, well, what's going on here? Princess of Cups. Possible water sign, the counterpart to your masculine, right? The feminine, fire and water. Someone you're probably in a relationship with or in some sort of domestication with, right? Not saying much. She's not on your level, right? Not on your level. But it's the feeling, right? You're a fire sign. It's about the passion. It's about the driving force underneath it. It's not really about them. It's about the feeling that they give you. Okay? You enjoy it. It's pleasure. 6 of Cups, right? You don't need this person to provide you with the 10 of Cups because they provide you with 6. You already have 10 on your own. enjoyable. Face down reverse, just like these. And then the Hierophant. Possible Taurus, but also adhering to tradition, being quite rigid, following a plan and full execution. Kind of. So what are these face down cards? I'm going to start with this one. What was on top of the Taurus? What was blocking the Hierophant from coming in? He's basically a bishop, you know? I think it is a religious figure, but it's also Taurus. Stubborn, earthly, grounded, but resilient, perhaps. 3 discs. Works, but in the reverse. It's interesting because as much as I paired this, you have to see it as the whole story where why is this not working? Right? You're like, I want the relationship. I enjoy it. I manifested it even maybe. I picked up a lot of these cards. The feeling is there and I am enjoying myself, pleasure. Why is it not working? Right? Might not be aligned, simply put. The Hierophant is trying to remind you of your vision, who you wanted, not just what you accepted. Seems almost oddly specific, but I do feel like a lot of the Aries readings this year, a lot of them were about business and finances and like working life, and it was very subtle romance. Did I say Aries just now? Because I was thinking Aries. Leo has been a lot of confusion, okay? Unresolved. Nothing, not much going on in any sense for the Leo readings. Sagittarius, mystery. It was very a mystery. It was up in the air. It wasn't much about love either. So it's interesting that I didn't really notice this pattern in any of the fire sign readings, but all of a sudden it's like heavy emphasis on some relationship. Now, you may also consider that because Dominion is domestication, as far as I know, but I get words wrong all the time. I thought indolence was loneliness. It's laziness. It's not excessiveness. It's laziness, which is just as bad. Being lazy, just as bad. Debauch is excessive. And I get them mixed up because I didn't know what either one of them meant for a long time. I had the wrong definitions of those words. So correct me if I'm wrong about dominion, but I swear to God I looked it up before, and it's domestication. So it's very much, for me, when I see this card, it's a relationship card. But think about anybody you're in a domestic situation with: a family member, a roommate, a co-worker, cohabiter, collaborator. It can be any sort of domestic involvement, okay? So that's why I stopped and realized, like, I don't know, the fire signs are really dealing with relationships. It can be anyone. But, yeah. So maybe you need to ask a Taurus for some help, something's not working, though. So it's more than likely you being like, it's not what I wanted. This was not my plan. This is not what I envisioned. This is not what I was manifesting, right? We had the Magician. And you think this passionate, pleasurable, fun relationship, maybe with a younger person? I don't know. You thought that was it, but it ain't working, right? And it's because, nope, not the vision. Not the vision, actually. But what does that really mean for you? Right? Will they change? Will you change? Do you settle? Do you sacrifice? What are these 3? In reverse. Queen of Swords. Not there. 10 of Discs. Not there. Man, that's rough. 2 of Swords. Peace. Not there. I think some of you have to just take the time to admit that perhaps the person that you may or may not be with is more than likely not your person. They are causing you loss rather than gain when it comes to your finances. They are not putting in the same kind of effort that you want them to put in, and your soul cannot rest. So I don't know how else to say that. I'm just gonna move on. Actually, I'm not gonna say anything else. So we got a Gary. Such a bitch. How do you do that? Anyway. A Gary's is another example of a demon who, by all accounts, is not terribly demonic. There is no reference to how or why he fell from grace, but whatever the reasons, he kept many of his angelic gifts for order and direction. When looking for guidance from a Gary's, perhaps it doesn't matter whether he landed in heavens or hell, only that he knows we should always be heading home. Okay? Focus on direction and guidance, bringing allies and helpful items closer and pushing enemies and destructive influences away. Okay, remember you were hesitating in the beginning. Or I mean I was, but I was blaming you, right? So maybe it's time to recognize who your friends are, especially in a work setting, right? Who can you actually trust? Who is going to cover your shift? Who is going to have your back? Who is going to help get you that promotion, right? Who's going to bring in the bonus? And who is stopping you? Who's cutting your hours? Who's backpedaling on their plans? Who's not assigning you that project? Right? You gotta start analyzing these relationships in the workplace and understand that some people are there to destroy you. Right? They just simply are. I don't know why people are made that way, but they are. So you have to, it could even be on a personal level where some people you just don't align with spiritually, and spirit knows better than you do, right? So if somebody's kind of giving you a weird vibe, don't think twice. Keep it civil, because we're talking about work. But other than that, c'est la vie, okay? Let's get to this channeling. Winter. The sacredness of pausing, I believe. Yeah, dude, I started reading these cards on Halloween, and I am getting to know them so well. And I keep forgetting to count how many there are. I swear to God, I bring this up in every other video. Okay, I counted. It's 36. 36 cards. I'm getting to know them pretty good. Anyway, Lady de los Muertos, acceptance and equality. Okay, so again, the whole little bit about the money. Leave a tip if you got it. If you don't understand, you can leave a comment, right? You can give it a like. You can share it. That's just as much of a tip as money, right? Click on my fucking site. Leave a review. Whatever you gotta do. Pay it forward, dude. Pay it forward. Acceptance and equality. Accept people for who they are and treat them as you treat everyone else, right? Mummy, change. Change is coming. It's winter, right? Stop what you're doing. Chill out. Take a deep breath. Go slowly. It's hibernation. It's about to be lockdown. You get a break. You get a minute. You get to just relax, right? Of course, a lot of people keep working. I know it's going to be tough. God bless you, frontline workers. But, I mean, people won't be asking to hang out. They won't be asking for your time as much, right? So things are changing right now. Embrace that change. Spider community and web weaving. I'm actually wearing my spider earrings right now. I just found them today. Yeah. Can you see them? Spider community and web weaving. Coming together during this time, even if you do it virtually and safely, right? It's going to be really important to build up the environment around you, both in the home and outside the home, if you're going to work and such. It's going to be very important because it does take a village to raise a child. But what happens to that child? Well, they become the village, right? Fucking love that. Just made that up. It was amazing. Okay, the veil, the future. The funny thing is she can't see it. She's got a blindfold on. Right? The veil is thin. But it doesn't always stay thin. You might be coming to realizations and seeing things now, but, you have to sort of utilize this time to plan for the future and to figure out what you're doing now to build on that. And then we have eternal love. Love is love is love, and it transcends physical death. So the love of your life is out there, right? It may not be this person, okay? It may not be. That's okay. Love is love is love, and it transcends physical death. Whoever you have loved, you will love again, right? Scrying intuition, okay? Tuning in to your higher self, listening to your spirit guides. That's what these messages are from the other side, right? Sometimes I directly channel, sometimes I interpret for them. One of us is always lazy, essentially. Either they're doing the work or I'm doing the work. Tonight I'm doing the work, but they know exactly what they are trying to convey. Okay? Scrying, watching, perceiving, crystal ball shit. Trust your intuition. If you know this message is for you, then you know it's for you. And it's up to you to actually do something about it and to trust your gut there. But zombie control, you have to watch out for that. Somebody got this. I feel like it was a fire sign, but it may have been a personal reading, right? It doesn't come up often. I don't like it. I am avoiding a zombie apocalypse, okay? And we are bad enough with our phones and our technology. What the fuck is this shit? Giving up your own free will, basically. Becoming a slave to the machine. Shit start fucking going off. Like, yeah, oh yeah. Fire signs, be careful here. You're becoming mushy. Becoming a little mushy. Gotta break out of the gridlock matrix, right? Clusterfuck gridlock. Okay? Ghost, regret. You're so caught up. You're so focused on something, or just like being controlled by something, just totally mind warped. You're not even realizing this ghost is showing up full of regret. This could be somebody who has passed on. It could just be your own life sort of haunting you, right? But then the barmbrack, sweetness and synergy. So the barmbrack is some kind of Halloween bread with like cranberries and walnuts in it. It's Irish. Had to Google it. That's my best advice. I don't know, use Google. I'm with you all. Whatever. Synergy and sweetness. Okay. We're trying to connect. We are trying to come together. We are trying to love one another. You have to find it in you to recognize when they are empowered. Whoever they is up to you. Alright? It could be the devil and all his friends, but obviously we are demon friendly around here, so that's not who I'm talking about. But it's not Illuminaughty Mystex for nothing, right? I'm just saying. They've got total control, and you are going to miss your opportunities. You are going to succumb to their will. It's just not going to be good for you if you don't break bread. Break bread. Quite simply, quite frankly. You need to find it in you to truly, truly connect. We want synergy, okay? Mutualness, understanding, right? No regrets. Anyway, I think that's it. Capping at 30 minutes. Capping, cutting, stopping. Why did I... Listen, I'm done. Goodbye. See you next time. Thank you.